everyone, welcome back to another episode of Dive Spear Eat. And for those of you that are new, thanks for stopping by. But today, before we hit the water, I wanted to talk about the dive a little bit. The dive overall was a great success in terms of grabbing lobster. We grabbed 3 with a dive buddy of mine. One might have been my personal best, and if you heard that right, I did say might, because I lost one of these. What this is a waist-mounted lobster bag that I've been using for a while, and I lost it in about 10 feet from shore. I do want to talk about kind of the bag itself and what I plan on doing with it to prevent this in the future, and what I think are good enhancements, and what's a couple shortcomings of the bag. But if you just want to go straight to the dive footage, you can do so by the timestamps below. But if you want to stick around and see what I have to say about the bag and my experience with it, please stick around. So for those of you that don't know, this is a lobster bag by Mutiny, and this is a waist-mounted lobster bag, and it works kind of, it's this long kind of canvas belt that goes around and latches and gets secured by this plastic latch here. You can see that. Goes through the latch. Tighten it down with this just plastic tensioner, and then you can release it by pulling and slipping out the belt like that. So what I think happened with this bag, with the 3 lobsters that were in this bag, when I was going into shore at the end of the dive, I did secure the lobster bag, and I knew it was on me. And the swells were coming in a little higher than usual. It was low tide, so there were a lot more rocks exposed. So I was getting tossed around a little bit, but not too bad. I've dove that spot many times, and I'm very familiar, but you can never know what Mother Nature will throw at you. But as I'm going in, I get tossed one time a little bit, and I get sat on my butt. And I think what happened was the bag got caught, or the excess from the dive, the lobster bag belt here got caught on something. It released the buckle, and then quite simply it released for me. And then after that, the rest is history. It was gone. I noticed that it was gone right after I was out of the water. Immediately after, checked my waist, really excited to show my buddy, just to take some pictures with it, the lobster we caught together, and it wasn't there. So we went after it. About 20 minutes later, we just decided to call it. It was a little too dangerous as the swells were picking up, and it was nice. There were a lot of rocks, but pretty bummed. But it made me just think about the bag itself, why that happened, what are improvements that could be made to this bag, because I think overall this is a great product in general, but I do want to talk about that, the kind of the shortcomings of what I think are shortcomings, and what I plan on doing to modify this bag to make it a little better. I think the first shortcoming, I think there's one shortcoming and one enhancement that could be made for safety and finding a lobster bag if it falls off. So the first one is the buckle. I think this is the biggest culprit. I think this is a terrible buckle. It's plastic. It's really, really easy to flip on and off. And for those other spear fishermen out there or lobster divers, you might say it's built like that because for safety. So if this gets caught up on something, you can release it and you'll be out of the woods. Similar concept with the weight belt and things like that. But I think this is, it can be enhanced with a buckle, which is still, I think, safe. Yes, it'll take a little bit more work to do, but I think it's the pros and cons. I think it's there's more benefits in terms of making sure your bag is secure, and making sure that you're not gonna lose your lobster, but still maintaining the ability to quickly release from it if need be. So that's what I'll be doing in the next video, modifying this or adding to the buckle system, or this latch system, a buckle one of those classic plastic buckles you find on backpacks and all over the place. So doing that. Second enhancement I will be attempting is adding some sort of beacon. So this is a water activated beacon. If you've watched any of my other videos, we use this to let our other dive buddies know where we are. It just flashes once it hits the water. And so to not only for your safety, but if this lobster bag was to detach again, hopefully you can find it right away, is adding this beacon maybe to the edge of the bag or somewhere flush where it doesn't get in the way, but you are able to use this and replace it with new ones because these aren't rechargeable. But somewhere easy where you can latch on a beacon light that doesn't hinder the performance and the functionality of this bag. So those are the two enhancements that I'll be making in the next video. So please check that out. But other than that, overall, like the bag. So again, this is the Mutiny lobster bag here. But without further ado, I hope you enjoy this dive. Thanks for sticking around. I still had some good footage. I'm still working out the kinks of the new GoPro housing I have. Still leaking a little bit, but still got some good footage. I hope you enjoy the video, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.
All right, guys, we just got to PV. Here my buddy Tony.
What's going on, YouTube?
We are gonna start diving for some lobsters. Surf is about a foot or so, maybe a foot and a half. Super low tide. If you ever dive in PV at night, it's usually low tide, so just be careful. A lot of rocks. But we got our lights, got our fins, and let's get in the water, Tony.
Let's go get them.
Nice. I got that on camera too. Oh, it's tiny though. Oh, nice. Yeah, I got the whole thing.
Yep. Yay.
Nice job. Finally, a keeper. It's a keeper. Whew. It's a bail.
Hell yeah, yes, sir.
Let's make sure it doesn't come out though.
Yeah, nice job.
Yeah, I saw it on the hit, like the edge of your light. And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's running away.
I was like, I can't find it. I was freaking out. I was like, Sam, there's a big one. There's a big one.
This might be the spot, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Next year, lobster. Damn you. So close. Bye.
It's like a soft shell lobster.
Soft?
It's like awesome.
Oh wow. It's really soft.